doubles and coffee. Independent Senator Thomas I. Let me let you know that there are great benefits to being a Douglas. 50% Indian, pure sari wearing everyday mother, beloved mother, who I actually look more like. If I had hair, you probably would see it, but then not important. And my black, strong, intelligent, brilliant African Tobagonian father. What's the benefit of that? Is that from inception, conception, to right now as we speak, the concept of race and difference between African and Indian, Trinbagonians or elsewhere never got root anywhere in my consciousness or my subconsciousness. So therefore, a Douglas starts off as an advantage. A Douglas is not handicapped by socialization or any unconscious, subconscious diffusion of racial or racist ideals that may slip out at times. Independent Senator Thomas I. We will deal with your political affiliation based on evidence later. But your statement in the Parliament when discussing property tax and saying that all of us should love to pay property tax, you're entitled to your opinion. Your selection of two examples leaves much to be desired. The first example of carnival, I will accept as a Douglas. Every single citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, black, white, Indian, African, Chinese, Douglas, mixed, Syrian, love carnival and partake in it. The religious who don't get involved in that, respect due to them. So that example was cosmopolitan. It was Trinbagonian, and you should have moved on. But then Thomas I, Senator, Independent Senator, when he went on to throw in that people who have money to spend at the Nagar in Diwali, but don't have money to pay property tax, whoa, let me go calmly, because something may have just soaked into you over the decades of your life that you may not consciously understand. But there's nothing worse than a subconscious person who creates division or decisions or discussions in themselves that they do not understand that could be perceived as racist comment. First and foremost, are you a Hindu? Do you live in a multicultural society where we have every religion known to man, at least in some form or fashion, being practiced in Trinidad and Tobago? You're in the Senate representing the entire country, yet you pick out and select to discuss in a negative form or fashion, without fact, without information, without statistics, without a survey, without any rational, objective information whatsoever, in the highest house of debate of the land of Trinidad and Tobago, to cast aspersions on a Hindu people? Are you a Christian? Then why didn't Christmas jump out of your mouth? You see, because Christmas should be closer to you. Trinbagonians spend more money on Christmas than Diwali. In fact, Hindus spend money in Christmas too, because we in Trinidad and Tobago celebrate together. But you're a Christian. You know about Christian policy, Christian procedure, Christian love, Christian celebration. We know in Trinidad and Tobago, money has come from anywhere. You may not have it, but you have to clean, you have to paint, you have to make your cake, you have to get your pastel, you have to prepare, must have Christmas tree, must have gifts. So why didn't you use an example of Christians? Christmas is right around the corner. We are in the season of Christmas. I'm hearing parang. Or why didn't you use a third example? You see, because when you're an independent senator, you have to be very careful. and you read your entire speech, every word verbatim. So there was no discussion about just talking off the cuff. You read it verbatim. So these are very serious considerations to be made. I'm sure you did it en passant, in error. I'm sure it does not cast any aspersions on your conscious mind. So you will apologize to the Hindu community. But then again, what are you trying to say by saying Diwali and the Nagar? Do you know that the Nagar is free to go? That most people, 80% of the people, go there just to feel a sense of community, to take out their wear that they had for the last few years and they only wear once for the year, and go and see members of the community, family members, people of the Hindu faith, to go and pray, and they don't spend a cent? What's the spending of Hindu community at the Nagar? Businessmen go there to try and sell their wares and so on, mostly in celebration of Lakshmi Ma and the Hindu gods, to celebrate, to light up, to pray for a better Trinidad and Tobago. Where did you get the concept that money spent on spirituality, on praising one's God, praying for a better Trinidad and Tobago, praying for light, community spirit, that any money spent there is bad, it's wasted, it's frivolous, it's like spending money like I spend on Carnival, and I love my Carnival and I just waste my money in Carnival. But I love that, that's my choice. But you're comparing people who may spend some money at the holiest time of the Hindu faith. You're comparing it with me who like to go and wine and drink a little rum in Carnival and hear sweet soca. Really? I don't think you thought out that very well. Or if you did, then I'm very, very worried, my dear independent senator. So I think you should retract. I think you should withdraw. Because are you also suggesting the Hindu religion is made up 98% of East Indian people? Are you suggesting by your comments in the Senate that it is East Indian people only who are protesting the property tax? Didn't I see huge, passionate pleas of tears from the people of Laventille, Diego Martin, Bagatelle, Point Fortin, Labre, Tobago? I have seen people across the entire country protesting this property tax during a COVID period and the implementation and the rush of the forms. And what about the moral authority for a government that is wasting taxpayers' money in the hundreds of millions in NGC, in payments to nefarious friends who were accused of fake oil activities? What about all of that money wasted? You spend half of your time praising Rohan Sinanan for bad roads, but praise his effort. The roads are the worst in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, but somehow you found it necessary to write in praise for Rohan Sinanan, to praise Marvin Gonzalez when nobody has water. At this stage, with the desalination plant down, the normal rate of 17% 24/7 supply, which is the lowest in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Williams had more people getting water than 24/7. The desalination plant being down this past weekend, that went down to 5%, getting 24/7 supply. And yet you found time to praise the PNM, Marvin Gonzalez. You're the only person who blushes and likes Coleman Butt. Now I am not going to say anything. I'm just going to read now and analyze all of your contributions since you came in last August into this session of the Parliament. But your statement involving Hindus, Diwali Nagar, and not wanting to pay property tax, but somehow spending frivolous money at the Nagar for Diwali, I think it was disrespectful. I think you didn't think it out well. It may have slipped out subconsciously, but it's up to you to decide what you are going to do, Independent Senator Thomas Aye. Because you're following Keith Christopher Rowley. Do you know that? Keith Christopher Rowley, Nizam Mohammed, made an unfortunate statement as chairman of the Police Service Commission back when I was a minister, back when we were in government. He was speaking about the lack of balance in the hierarchy of the police service with the ethnic makeup. And he said that there's a preponderance of Africans and a dearth of East Indians. And Keith Rowley took him to task in the parliament. Rowley said, when he made that call, and I read from his Hansard, April 20th, April 20th, 2011, Keith Christopher Rowley. He made what I call a hell of a statement, said Rowley. He then took as his own the words of a columnist, Michael Harris, and he quoted, "It was ill-considered in the first place because by itself, the fact, and no one denies the fact, there is ethnic imbalance in the hierarchy of the police service. In the absence of such analysis and evidence, it is left to be assumed that what Nizam was advocating is some principle of ethnic numerical parity, a point of view that is indeed essentially racist," said Michael Harris. Rowley said, before Michael Harris wrote that too was my thought. Now this is in the case where they are agreeing that Nizam Mohammed had evidence, hard facts, statistics, numbers to back up his statement. And even then, they considered his statement to be racist. I put it to you that you don't know how many Hindu people want or don't want to pay property tax. I put it to you that you did not even know that to go to the Nagar is free. I put it to you, you don't even know what each individual spends at the Nagar. I put it to you that you do not understand nor have a concept that the Wali is like for Christians, like Christmas for Christians. The Wali is the most holy, spiritual, loving time in the lives and the year of the Hindus. So I put it to you that you are in a worse position than Nizam Mohammed, because even Rowley and Michael Harris, who were calling Nizam Mohammed's statements racist, had to admit that they were based on fact. So, ma'am, and Keith Rowley went on to accuse the then Attorney General Anand Ramlogan of being racist in New York, and Anand was never there, and Rowley had to come and apologize, and even in his apology, he could not apologize properly. So, Madam Independent Senator Thomas Aye, the Douglas thinks you erred. I will leave it as by mistake. To err is human. So I look forward to your correction, because you're an independent senator representing all of Trinidad and Tobago, all creeds, all races, all religions, and one must respect all equally. And I'm certain that is in your heart. So these words that may have offended many, I'm not a Hindu and I am offended, I can tell you that, because being a Douglas, you also love and learn to respect every religion. So even though I may have grown up Catholic and my mother changed her, born again, and my children are Catholic and Pentecostal, I love everything. I read every religion. I respect the tenets of all, because they all bring positivity. So Independent Senator Thomas Aye, over to you, ma'am. Senator Vera has failed to apologize. Let's see what you do. Bless.